So good morning students. In the last class we saw that intellectual awakening and socio-political changes. Now we start with continuation. So class here is already we saw Confucianism, Taoism, Zoroastrianism. Now the third religion, Jainism. The Jain tradition speaks about 24 Tirthankaras, the last and the real founder being Mahavira, who was born in Kundagrama near Vaisali. His father name is Siddhartha and mother name is Tirisala. He was married Yasoda and he had one daughter. Her name is Priyadashini. He became a monk at the age of 30 and abandoned his clothings after 13 months. And then he got enlightenment after 12 years. And henceforth started preaching his doctrines. And finally he was died at Pavaburi in the Patna district in Bihar at the age of 72. Mahavira means the conqueror or the great hero. Actually the Mahavira is the 24th Tirthankara. You could see the 23rd Tirthankara. Who is that? Parsava. He had emphasized on self-control and penance, and he had advised his followers to observe 4 principles, that is Satya, which means truth, and Ahimsa, it means non-violence, and Abarikraha, no possession of property, and Asteya, which means not to receive anything which is not given freely. And afterwards to this Mahavira added one more, that is Brahmacharya. So the Jaina philosophy ignores the idea of God, except the world is full of sorrow, and believes in the theory of karma and transmigration of soul. So according to Jainism, a man is the architect of his own destiny, which means world, and he could attain salvation and even the status of good, passing a life of purity, virtue, and renunciation. Renunciation, which means course of action. So a monastic life is also essential to attain nirvana. So that nirvana of an individual depends on right belief, right knowledge, and right action. So these are called 3 jewels of Jainism, that is 3 Ratanas. The philosophy of Jainism is that of dualism. Jainism is that of dualism. It believes that human personality is formed of two elements, jiva, which means a soul, and ajiva, which means a matter. So when these two come into contact with each other, it forgoes certain energies which bring about birth, death, and other various experiences of life. So that nirvana is possible only when this process is stopped and the energies already forged are destroyed by ceasing to do karma. Say that a great split took place in Jainism 200 years after the death of Mahavira. It was divided into two sects, that is called Svedambaras and Digambaras. Okay, Svedambaras and Digambaras. So that primary difference is one of the use of clothings, and concerns not that followers but the preachers. The preachers of Svedambaras wear white clothes, while preachers of Digambara sect practice completely nudity. The original religious texts of Jains were 12 angas. Okay, 12 angas. These were written in Prakrit language. So Prakrit is a common language that time. The Jainism became popular in the kingdoms of Kosala, Magadha, Anga, and Midila. Even during the life of Mahavira, it further spread in Orissa, in modern name Odisha, Orissa in old name Kalinga, okay, and Gujarat, Kathiawar, part of Rajasthan, Hyderabad and Mysore. It never spread all over in India like Buddhism. And now we see the new religion, Buddhism. You know very well. The Buddha, his original name Siddhartha, is the founder of Buddhism, and he was born in 566 BC at Lumbinivana, 567 BC at Lumbinivana, near the border of Nepal. His father name was Suttodana, and he was the chief of the Kshatriya Sakya clan, and his capital was Kapilavastu. His mother name Mahamaya. And he was married Yasodhara at the age of 16, and he had a son named Rahula at the age of 28. But he left his family at the age of 29 and became a sannyasi. He led a life of renunciation for about 6 years, and ultimately on 49th day of his continuous meditation under the pipal tree at Uruvela near Gaya, and he got enlightenment. Henceforth he was called the Buddha. So that is the enlightenment one. He gave his first sermon at Sarnath near Benares, Sarnath Deer Park near Benares, and then travelled into different places, particularly in the states of Magadha, Kosala, Vaisali, Kaushambi, and Anka. He giving his message to the people, and then the kings like Bimbisara, Ajatasattu of Magadha, Prasenajit of Kosala, and Udayana of Kaushambi, and several relatives of them became his devotees or disciples during his own lifetime, and he made his religion popular. Afterwards, he was died at Kushinagara in Uttar Pradesh at the age of 80. The original Buddhist texts written in Pali language were called the Three Pidakas. That is called such as the Vinaya Pidaka, Sutta Pidaka, and the Abhidhamma Pidaka. The Sutta Pidaka, it consists of religious discourses and sayings of Buddha. The Vinaya Pidaka consists of rules of monastic discipline, and the Abhidhamma Pidaka contains the philosophy of the teachings of Buddha. And then the fundamental principles of Buddha's teachings are Four Noble Truths. That is, worldly existence is full of misery, and thirst, desire, ignorance, attachment, etc. are the cause of world existence, and worldly existence can be extended by destruction of thirst, desire, etc. And in order to do, one must know the right path, and the right path is the eightfold path. That is, right speech, right action, right means of livelihood, right exertion, right mindless, right meditation, right resolution, and right attitude. So that Buddha preached that the ultimate goal of one's life is to attain nirvana, and he did not believe in the existence of God or soul. According to Buddha, it is a delusion which one of developed because of one's ignorance. It is the ignorance which creates desire in man. So desire leads to action, and action to the impulse to be born again in order to be satisfied desire. And after that, the Buddhism was divided into two major sects, that is called Hinayana and Mahayana, and its fourth general council held during the reign of Emperor Kanishka. So those followers of Buddhism who believed in the original teachings of Buddha were first called Sadavirvadins, and later on their sect was called Hinayana, or the lesser Vahid. The new sect, whose distinct philosophy was provided by Nagarjuna and his contemporary scholars, and which took his formal birth during the period of Emperor Kanishka, was called Mahayana. Though there was no difference between the followers of these two sects in this regard to the rules of Sangha and the code of morality, but they were differed with each other concerning their philosophy and principles. So both sects believed that Buddha had taken birth several times and several forms as bodhisattvas before the attainment of Buddhahood, and would take birth in future also. But according to Hinayanism, the different births were simply different stages of progress of Buddha, and Mahayanism believed that Buddha took birth several times not to attain nirvana for himself, but to help others in its attainment. Okay, and then the Buddhism It became the most popular religion not only in India but also in several countries of Asia like China, Japan, Burma, Afghanistan, Central Asia, and Tibet. The personality of Buddha, the defects of Hinduism, particularly the practice of sacrifice and ritualism, simple teaching of Buddhism, its propagation in the language of the common people, its principle of society, social equality, its nature of being economical, the establishment of sanghas, the efforts of its scholars and preachers, the spirit of humanism and Mahayanaism, and the protection to different rulers like who is that Ashoka and Kanishka helped in its rise to wide popularly. And later on, Buddhism lost its hold over the Indian people. The corruption in Buddhist Sanghas, division of Buddhism in different sects, adoption of Sanskrit as a language of religions, text, absence of intellectual preachers later on, its spirit of atheism, losses of patronage from the ruling class, the revival of Hinduism, particularly during the Sungas and the Gupta rulers, and the invasions of the Huns and the Turks led to the downfall of Buddhism in India. Yet, Buddhism has contributed significantly towards Indian culture. At one time, it gave to Indian people a simple economic popular religion, and it has also left its permanent mark on India's religious thought. Okay, students, thank you.